soil brothers and soil sisters. Let me see if I can fix this a little bit. What's up, soil brothers and soil sisters? It is Saturday. It's Saturday. I hope y'all slept in. It is Saturday morning. I hope y'all are having a great morning. It is a little coolish outside, but I guess it's fall, I guess, for a few days. If you are catching the replay, hashtag replay, and let us know. Where are you tuning in from? That's always fun to know. We have people all over the world tuning in, and we appreciate that. And if you could be so kind and hit the thumbs up for us, we'd appreciate that also. Means so much to us. So, did y'all stay up? I stayed up till almost 1 a.m. I never stay up that late. Bobby was out. And finally, when the main event, we watched the fight. When the main event came on, I was like, babe, you gonna watch this? He was like, yeah. I was praying. So I used to watch boxing all the time with my dad. But I was definitely praying Mike Tyson didn't come out there with them sumo trunks on that he was walking around in. But anyhow, wasn't a fight. Those girls was battling, boy. Amanda, oh my God, they were getting it in. It wasn't a fight, but it was nice to see Jake kind of be easy on Mike. Mike age was showing. But they did good. And I'm glad I didn't have to watch Mike Tyson get knocked out. Or none of that craziness. But it was a decent fight, I guess. I mean, if I won $20 million for losing, I wouldn't care either, as long as I ain't get knocked out. But we stayed up until almost 1 a.m. watching that fight. So this morning I was like, oh my God, is it time to get up already? But here we are. Another day, another blessing. And I pray that y'all had a great night and a good morning so far. Of course, we're going to talk about bentonite clay today and the benefits of it. I know, the females were great, right, Aunt? Ooh, them girls was getting it in. I said, man, I could have watched a couple more female fights. But I said, Lord, that thing was laid open. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, all about the money. You know it, sis? Good morning, S&MJ Garden. Yeah, it was all about the money, but they both got paid. Everybody got paid. They definitely cheated Amanda out of that. They did. Point blank period. Like, Amanda should have won that. But, yeah, it was fun to watch. I wish she'd have... I was like, come on, Amanda, knock her out. Like, this chick keep headbutting you. I wanted to box Bobby. I was like, they better stop. But Bobby was asleep. Bobby. He was asleep, so I didn't want to scam like that. So I was just like, oh my God. But yeah, it's always fun to watch. It's sports. It's rigged. And yeah, Mike Tyson was wobbly. but he made it through. So here we are on the other side today. And today I want to talk about bentonite clay. Because the benefits of the clay is amazing. Now, I know a lot of people when they were younger, and a lot of grown people now, eat clay or dirt. We all had mud pies when we were little. So that's another thing. Name your favorite outdoor thing to cook. Like ours were probably mud pies and mud cookies. Something like that. We weren't supposed to eat them?
No.
But the benefits, it must have been some benefits there because we good. We all right. We ain't have all them issues. I don't know. But, yeah. So, let me see. Netflix had me mad. Let me tell you, I told Bobby, I said, every time the TV started buffering, I was losing my mind. I was like, oh, I might have to go up front. Because I thought it was just the TV. Then when I looked on Facebook and everybody was saying, a couple people would say, am I the only one not having issues? You must be the only person in the world not having issues because that thing was buffering and cutting up, and I was like, come on now. But bentonite clay, I got a bag here. I should have gotten my clay because I do have some clay somewhere already made up. I knew people who ate red dirt. Yeah, I'm saying it's crazy. But the benefits, like animals eat red dirt, and what really made me think about it was when we were in Utah and they said, you know, when you see elephants, what is he eating? Them muffins don't stand a chance, y'all. When they see, I love red South Carolina clay when I was pregnant. That's a craving, right? They said, you know, when you see the elephants rolling around in mud, it's not just mud, it's clay. Hey, Bammit, working and listening. Bammit, I got something from you too. I need to text you, and I will. They not just bathing, or they not just rolling around in mud. They rolling around in this clay for healing, cooling them off, you know, but it's medicine to them, which is amazing because animals have sense enough to heal themselves. If you ever see dogs outside, well, not my dogs, because they just greedy, but dogs will also eat dirt or clay or grass, so they can heal. I know he can eat all the muffins he wants, long as my back don't get big. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. So there is healing. He got a big back. There is healing in the clay. Now most of us use clay just as a mask for our face. I use clay for a couple different things. We do detox with this clay by putting a little bit, maybe a third cup of bentonite clay in the tub with Epsom salt and Redmond real salt, and sometimes a little borax, because it will help get the heavy metals out of your body. And you can do that detox maybe every quarter, 3 times a year, and you only soak for about 20 to 30 minutes at the most, and then you get out of the tub, and that will help get the heavy metals out of your body. And that's with this clay. But you can also eat the clay. You don't have to just wear it. You can also eat the clay.
So I don't have the mixture that he gave me. That was a good drink to have to replenish the body. So it was a mixture of the salt, the clay, and a certain amount of water to give you the best benefits possible. And put a little bit of lemon juice in it for taste.
Okay, you make it rosemary for your hair? I say a teaspoon of clay, and the thing with the clay is it doesn't absorb good. Used to eat clay dirt. It doesn't absorb good in water. So what I would do is I would put a little bit of, like a teaspoon of clay in a cup at night. And then I would put 8 ounces or so of water on top of that and let it sit overnight. That way the powder, the clay, can absorb the moisture.
So you said I got great skin? Thank you. I worked really hard at it.
So in the morning, when you get up, you can mix that, and you can mix a little redness with it because we need that salt, and that's your clay drink. What can that drink do for you? Can help you detox. It can help aid in weight loss. It can relieve constipation, or it can stop diarrhea. Can remove heavy metals, and it can help lower your cholesterol. Got my Redmond salt in the mail yesterday. Good. Thank you for that, Debbie. We got great skin. Thank you.
You're talking to me.
Okay. But another thing you can do with clay is what I do is I keep a jar that's made. I don't know what I did with my jar. It's probably over there in the apothecary. So I keep a jar that I've made clay mixture with, and it's just water and clay. But I keep it on the counter all the time or in my apothecary so that if we get a cut or a scrape or any type of bruising or issue, You take that clay and you just pack it wherever you have it. If you've had surgery or a skin tear, and the wound can be terrible, you want to put clay over top of that and let it dry out and just go ahead on with your day. In the evening, you want to come back, wash that clay off, and reapply it. If you go on the bed, you can wrap it with plastic wrap or something so that it doesn't get on the bed, and it will dry out. But what it will do is heal. It can heal diaper rash, remove toxins, of course, skin care, treat poison ivy, heal wounds, and so much more. So you don't have to just eat it, but you can also use it to heal.
So guys, we saw real life testimonies to this. We was able to see videos, pictures of people who had terrible wounds that just would not heal.
Before and after.
Yep. And I'm telling you guys, this stuff worked miracles. I mean, to the point where people didn't even have what you call it, after they heal. I mean, you could barely tell that they actually had a wound there after it healed. So it is amazing. So it's not something that you just read. We saw pictures and testimonies to all this stuff. So it definitely works.
We are from Savannah, Georgia. Lisa said she just had surgery yesterday. Spinal cord stimulator. We are praying for you. You make sure you listen to your body.
Yeah.
And take your time to heal, because all surgeries take time to heal. But you gotta listen to your body, and sometimes our brains say, "Let's go. I'm tired of sitting here. I'm tired of laying here." But your body's saying, "Wait a minute, I ain't ready." So we are definitely praying for you as you heal. You're gonna be so happy once you get through the healing process, which is the roughest part. So
a lot of the stuff, guys, your medical professionals don't know nothing about. We did see this one video where this guy had skin cancer and they cut it out, and it left a hole that would not heal. And they went to the doctor multiple times, and the doctors just said there was nothing they could do.
Yep, nothing they can do, and didn't know why it wouldn't heal. So he packed it basically with bentonite clay. Of course, he mixed it so it was a paste. So he put that paste on the cancer spot, which, like he said, it was a round hole where they took a plug out. And he just packed it with bentonite clay. And over time, I think it took, a few weeks or so, and it healed. But now when you see it, you can't even tell that it was there. But even wounds that, what he do, stab himself in the hand
With a nail.
with a nail gun. Yeah. Didn't even go to the hospital. He just covered his hand with that bentonite clay, and it healed as time went on. And it also speed up the healing process. It doesn't take as long to heal, but that healing.
Fortunately, it didn't hit a bone. It just went straight through, and he was able to heal that completely with the bentonite clay. And this is stuff that's known for ages.
Yeah.
This is, people have been doing this for almost, since Indians. They knew about this stuff, all the healing properties of it. And, of course, it's not spread because it don't make money for the masses out there. But
when it don't make money, it don't make sense.
That's right. So they kind of bury it. And hey, guys, any of this information, everybody else will be amazed by it also. So we're definitely bringing it to you. That I had no clue about.
Hey, Cloud, man.
Until I was told about it.
Yeah. You can eat clay, April. You can eat clay, or you can just drink a little bit.
Yeah.
So some people, some people can eat, what is it, cornstarch? I don't know how you can do that, but some people can eat it. I say put a little bit in water and let it soak overnight. That way the clay can absorb the water and it's easy to mix. And then you just drink it in the morning. You can do that every day. It's good for the gut. It can heal the stomach. If you have acid reflux or ulcers and different things, it's a healer. It is natural. The bentonite clay is what protect the real salt.
Yeah. So we definitely want to say, guys, all clay or dirt is not created equal. You don't know whether where you getting it from. It's been contaminated by waste that somebody might have threw out there. So you want to be careful. But this is volcano ashes, and and you talking about millions of years of it being there, and it has certain properties that actually does something for you. So you definitely want to make sure you're choosing what you're eating and where you're getting it from.
Yeah.
Carefully. So don't look at it like we saying you could just go and dig up some dirt anywhere and it's okay for you to start drinking on it.
Yeah, we ain't saying that part, but
so just be careful, guys.
We did eat clay when we were little. Thank you for the stars, Holly.
And I don't think it was as much waste out there and people dumping stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Who that changed some oil right there when you couldn't dig and let it just drip into the ground? You never know.
So definitely, because we are not doctors and we cannot give medical advice, definitely do your research into bentonite clay. It has healing properties.
And any of these things that we are having these conversations about, do your own research. Don't go off of just what we say. Just take it as, hey, I heard somebody talking about this. Let me check it out and see if it'll work for me.
Yeah. I know normal clay cup to lose its flavor. Did I use all the minerals or something? Do you know if it is normal for a clay cup to lose its flavor? I'm not sure. Explain that, Psalm, so we can understand. And then we can elaborate.
So what help with inflammation?
What help with inflammation? Cayenne pepper. That's always my first go-to. Cayenne pepper is what help with inflammation. Definitely, even since we just switched over to ancient grains lately, and my body feel better than it did before. Even though we cut out flour and so much prior to switching over to ancient grain, now that we consume ancient grains, my body feel different.
Such as that muffin I just ate.
Yeah. My body feel different. I don't know. My husband consume more muffins than me, especially right now because I put walnuts in them and I don't eat walnuts. So he can tell you more of how he feels since he been consuming the ancient grains.
Let me tell you something, guys. It tastes amazing. I can't see why you will go from after you taste ancient grain and see what bread's supposed to taste like and go back to that blank palate of what you've been eating. You have to put all kind of extra flavors into a regular bread just so you can have a flavor because it's just blank. This has a flavor all in itself on top of the fact that your body processes it. And so it don't flare up, with your diabetes or inflammation in your body. It helps you digest your food. So you definitely want something natural, guys. And once you get it, you're not going to really want to go back. Mentally or physically, knowing that you are actually eating something that's not hurting you. Because once you know that this stuff is hurting you, you feel like my body is actually responding differently. And it's healthy for me. You're not going to want to just go eat regular bread, which is going to be bad because that's restaurant food.
Yeah. It looked like Bobby was taking shots behind you before he ate that muffin. What was he taking? Probably cayenne shot? Yeah. So it's time. Bobby can lag sometime with his cayenne shot. So that's probably that's what he was doing. We take cayenne pepper shots and that's good for inflammation, energy, high blood pressure, and so much more. And that's one of the first things we do when we come in the kitchen and start messing around, filling up our cups with water, and definitely getting in our cayenne pepper because it gives us so much energy to where it's a good kickstart, but you need to burn that energy off so that in the evenings you can go ahead and start calming down so you can rest at night. So we don't take cayenne pepper at night. We just take it in the morning. You can take it up to 3 times a day. It doesn't affect everybody the same way or as fast.
Hey, Sonya. So, guys, I mean, some of y'all heard me talk about me actually having an issue with my blood sugar here recently. I refused to take the medication, which they did issue me some.
Thank you, Bob, that he lost.
Yeah. So all we did is change the way I ate, and my blood sugar is good now. But let me tell you something. Yeah, you're getting to a certain age, and your vision is starting to look a little shaky. You're starting to need to wear glasses, or you're just not being able to see as clearly as you used to. That's your blood sugar. So, I mean, I couldn't tell you that unless I went through it. I always had 20/20 vision, and all of a sudden, it wasn't that I couldn't see off of a distance, but when I went to read something, I had to have a whole bunch of light, and if it was real small writing, I had to put on some glasses, I had to just go to the store and find some reading glasses. And I could not read the chat at all on these phones, even though this writing is really, really small. But
So what helped? What helped with your blood sugar?
well, our diet. So we did some research, and we went to my brother-in-law called it a dirty carnivore diet. So
Yeah.
it was mostly meats, healthy fats, and we did beans and lentils. I did, I kept with my
Get on.
eggs.
Go.
So basically, we cut all carbs out, all carbs. And now we know that our carbs are the main culprit because of our wheats. Our wheats are bad because our body don't recognize all the stuff that's in it the way it actually the glutens.
Hey, Deja.
And they cannot break it down, and therefore it affects your body in a negative way. And that's where our blood pressure issues are coming from.
Blood
So
sugar, cancer. It's so many
Yeah.
issues. ADHD, hormone imbalance. So much stuff comes from that hybridized wheat.
So my wife, if y'all haven't heard, could tell y'all, how this wheat came about.
So in the 70s, because it's all about money. You can't grow tall stalks that produce wheat that keep breaking. So the wheat kept breaking because the stalks were really tall, and this man, Dr. Boulay, he came up with hybridized wheat that can grow short and grow a lot of wheat on the stalk, which was great for the farmers because they could make money now. So he got a Nobel Peace Prize for this hybridized wheat that went crazy in the 90s, and now it's in everything. So here it is, 2024.
Look at that day, reform troll.
And I always say, look at majority of our health. Every household got somebody in it that's sick. I don't care if you carnivore, plant-based, pescatarian, everybody got somebody in their life or their household that's sick. Why? Even they say plant-based is the most healthy. They get sick too. And they may still, it's something you eating that has this wheat in it. So you got to get away from the wheat. I think that's our biggest issue when it comes to our health is the wheat, because it's in everything. It's like almost impossible to get away from it.
Yeah, so we did a whole thing where we were doing vegan meals, and all that gluten and stuff that they're putting into the vegetables to try to make a meat.
Okay, go ahead. I just don't want to forget questions.
Okay, it's definitely not healthy. So when the blood sugar, because of the way they done our wheat, is the reason why most of us are having blood sugar problems or high blood pressure. So
yeah, and they don't say it because it's too much money. First, your doctor. It's all about money.
Yeah.
And they not, honestly, their job is not to cure us. They just pacify, because if I cure you, then I have one less client that I can make money off, and it's just a trickle effect. It's bigger than what we think. They'll tell you if your blood pressure high, leave salt alone. If you need to lose weight, cut back on the sodas or the sugar. But they never tell you. They'll tell you, yeah, you gotta carbs are bad, but they want you to leave white stuff alone. Well, brown wheat is worse. Whole wheat is worse than white wheat. Way worse. Why don't you just tell me to leave wheat alone? Because 9 times out of 10, people won't figure out that, wait a minute, maybe it's the wheat. If you switch to an ancient grain, you'll see that, oh, my belly can digest this, but it got gluten in it. Whereas the original form where man has not played with it. And y'all know, majority of us know that once man touched something that God created, it's all ruined. You know, we cannot outdo what God put here for us, but we always try to do it so that we can make it better or make money. You can't make anything better. It's already in perfect form when God gave it to us. So that's what we got to start going back to, and you'll see your health starting to do better.
Yeah. So go ahead.
For high blood pressure, cayenne pepper. We take cayenne pepper every morning, but your diet is important. You need magnesium. That'll help with your blood pressure, and you need salt. You need salt. They'll tell you to stay away from salt. Your body needs a certain amount of salt to function well. You need a clean salt. We suggest Redmond real salt to be able to have a clean salt, and you need that in your diet every day. Put a little bit in your water and drink it, and you'll feel better.
Yeah. That's not just because, you know, we're affiliated with them. It's because we were talking about them way before we were affiliated. Yeah. It's because that is the whole natural salt. They don't play with it at all. It comes out of the mines just like you buy it. And they don't leach none of the minerals off. So your salt should have 60 plus trace minerals in it. Yep. And all those minerals are vital. They're vital for life. So when you go to the doctor, if they put you on a medication and they never tell you how to come off of it, it's because that medication is not fixing anything. They pacifying something. And one thing that some of us know, but not all of us know, if you give your body the right conditions, it will fix itself. So basically all the doctor will have to tell you to do is find the reason for the problems you're having, correct that, and whatever issue you having will go away. But no, if I give you a medication that don't fix anything but will pacify it, and you stay on it, I got a customer for life.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna get another customer because that's gonna have some kind of issue that you're gonna have a prescription for to fix. And then you're gonna have another issue from that, what you're gonna need another one until you die. So, you know, we got to actually do the stuff that's gonna actually fix our bodies. And we say it all the time. My wife said all the time, you give your body the right conditions, it will heal itself. And you have to do it with the natural stuff. You got to eat like God intended us to eat, with the foods that He put here, not the ones that man has decided to play with and make something else because they thought they could do it better. Oh, this fruit or vegetable is prettier. It is bigger. It lasts longer on the shelves. But what they did do is mess with the chemical makeup of that fruit, which then don't give you all the vital nutrients that it should. And sometimes they put stuff in there that your body can't recognize. And that's where your issues come from.
Yes.
That's GMO.
So 2 things. How you take cayenne shots. You take a 1/4 teaspoon or more, depending on how much you want to need, of cayenne powder and a little bit of water, and you drink it. That's your cayenne shot. How you can reverse diabetes is a word called amylopectin. Amylopectin is what we need to know, which is basically your wheat. Amylopectin will let you know there's an A, B, and C, and you need to know where you need to be when it comes to amylopectin. So do your research and see what amylopectin is. Like amylopectin A are things that will rise your blood sugar level real fast and drop it real fast. Amylopectin B are things that rise it fast and drop it fast. Amylopectin C are things that keep it steady. When you eat it, it rises slow. So you want to stay away from things like potatoes, this wheat, refined sugar, stuff like that. And you want to eat more of healthy fats, meats, healthy fats, lentils, beans, garbanzo beans, stuff like that. So what we did to reverse my husband's is we started eating meat and beans only. No vegetables, no fruit, no bread, no anything, no soda, no juice. He drank lemon water, and he eat a lot of taco soup and eggs and bacon. He do eat shrimp every now and then. I think that's all you really been eating. Meat.
Yeah. So
Meat.
yeah, just natural, healthy stuff. Somebody asked about cholesterol. It's your diet too. Make sure you eating healthy fats. That means that stuff that come in the tub that they call in margarine or whatever.
Yeah.
All that stuff there, all that cooking oil that's not natural cooking oils, all that stuff is bad for you. But you got to understand what is high cholesterol, not exactly what they're telling you.
Yeah, like most of the time when they say your cholesterol high, you think, oh God, I gotta leave the butter alone. Actually, it's not the butter, it's the bread. Most of the time when you think about it, you put butter on your bread or your pasta. It's not the tomato sauce, it's the meat that's in your spaghetti or lasagna, it's the pasta. So you got to think of it opposite of what we've been thinking. Oh, the saturated fats is the fats that I'm eating. No, it's actually the starch that we are eating. So if you can back off of the potatoes, not white potato, not sweet potato or purple potato, but your white potatoes, your rice, your pastas and breads, those are the things that's throwing cholesterol off. Now, cholesterol, they'll say 240 is high. Long as your cholesterol is between 2 and 300, you good. You don't want to go over 300. You don't want to go below 200. They just move the goalpost to make you make money.
I'm a buck. Let's say buck 45 with type 2 diabetes. It's not how much you weigh. It's how you
diet.
eat. It's how you eat.
It's
if you
diet.
get rid of all that flour that they got out there now, that means you're gonna have to stop eating fast food restaurants because all that stuff is made with that bad flour. You're gonna have to get you some ancient grains. I heard somebody say substitute your flour. You want to use ancient grains. You want to use ancient grains because ancient grains are the grains that have been here from the beginning of man's time.
Those are the original wheat.
That's what the food people are always eating until man came with their science and tried to change it, that is in all the flours right now. So you have to purposely go out and find the ancient grains, the ones that have not been played with, the ones that's natural, and use that to make your flour so you can make your breads, you can make whatever you need. And you'll find out if you got gluten issues that you can eat this.
That'll be all over. But you can use stuff like almond flour. We did make almond flour, coconut flour. You can use other things, but ancient grains, if you want to go back to normal cooking, like I was trying to figure out, what are we going to do? My husband loves sandwiches. He loves desserts. So how do we just take this away? Because he can't just go back to normal eating ever. We need, not just him, but we need a cleaner diet so that we can stay on the right path. But how do I just take everything from him? We switched over to ancient grains. Now, there is a cost when it comes to ancient grains, but I always say there's a cost when it comes to our health too. Because when they come and say you've been diagnosed with cancer, not if, but when, or you've been diagnosed with diabetes, or your kidneys are shutting down, all these issues, that's the real cost. So it may cost you a couple more dollars to switch over to an ancient grain, and you don't have to mill it yourself. It just keep the nutrients when you mill it yourself. So we don't mill big batches. I mill what we need when we need it, but you can buy it already in powder form, just to help yourself and to cut time. But I think that's better than,
Benefits outweigh the cost. That's right.
yeah. I think just buy, if you cannot buy a mill, and the blender won't mill it as fine as you need it, but if you buy it already grounded up or milled, that's better than depending on these stores. And we kept switching because we were thinking, let's get a better quality of flour, and that should be better for. It doesn't matter. It's all crap.
And guys, in my opinion, a good meal is worth more than a blender. One of these nice blenders, because you can use that meal almost every day in your daily life in cooking. If you plan on making you and your family healthier, you're gonna need a meal, and it's so easy. You just put the berries inside of it and watch the flour come out.
Yeah.
Now, whatever you're gonna do, flour your chicken, make some breads, make some cakes, and you're gonna use that on a regular. And you're gonna notice you and your family get healthier. You're probably gonna lose weight, because this is not gonna sit in there and inflame everything and make you fat. It's gonna actually pass through your body, leaving the nutrients that your body needs, and you're probably just gonna lose weight just by switching your grains.
Hey, and so I saw Reform Troll saying something about mood swings. Those mood swings are just a hormone imbalance. We do make a wild yam cream that can bring your hormones back in balance, so you won't have those issues anymore. Our products are available at blacktropical.com. But that's what you need, a wild yam cream to help bring your hormones back in balance. We are in a subtropical area, Savannah, Georgia. You can make pasta with ancient grains. So I treat my ancient grains just like I treat regular flour. Anything we want to make, I make it. The difference with the ancient grain is it doesn't, like we use einkorn, it doesn't absorb water like regular flour. So you got to take your time and work with it and give it a few minutes to absorb the moisture, so you can tell,
Yes,
do I
Randy,
need more liquid? Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just speaking to people.
Oh, do I need more liquid or do I need more flour? So like when I made bread the other day, I made it just like I make bread. I just went by kind of how it felt and what it looked like to me, and I judged that off. Do I need more liquid or more flour, or do I just need to let it sit for a few minutes and all mesh together and then figure it out? So it's pretty much just like working with regular flour.
So guys, if y'all have some questions, and of course the chats are moving and we missed them, and you definitely need to know the information, just keep asking, because we want to give everybody the necessary information. If you're just coming in and we already answered the questions, you might have to catch the live, because we want to catch some of the ones that have questions that we haven't talked about.
This, I see somebody asking, what do we use? We use a Nutri-Mill, which is very easy. It basically one button. You turn this button on, and you put your grain in the top, and it feeds through itself. It's a stone grinder. Wait, you can't even see it because I got to take it apart. But it's a stone grinder in here, and it just grind and it spit it all out here.
So if you watch our video that we put out yesterday, it actually gives you, it shows you how it works.
Yep. So we put out a video last night about how to make your own flour, basically. And we use this. Now, this does cost. That's why I said, if you can't afford this, just buy the flour already milled. That way you can at least offer your family a better choice in what they're eating. Like my husband said, I tried to make French bread the other day. I don't know why I would experiment with something new, but I wanted to make French bread for dinner, and I made it, and I was like, oh, it didn't rise like I really wanted it to, but it is an ancient grain. Here come your child. So I, and it was kind of thin, but I said, well, let's see. And when I gave it to my husband, he had what did you eat? A
I
rib
had
sandwich.
sandwich,
And
yeah.
he was all the way in the back of the house. And he was like, babe. I was like, what? He said, this bread is good. I was like,
Man,
okay.
I'm amazed at the flavor. So when I did a little research, people was talking about mixing some of the old flour with the ancient grains
Don't
because
do
you
that.
got to get used to it. And
Don't do that.
guys, now the reason why some people use it versus the reason why we say use it is something different. Now we talking purely for your health.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about how pretty it is or how good it tastes. It's purely for your health.
But it
man,
tastes.
it tastes so good. Like it don't take nothing to try to get used to that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And when I actually got that bread and I cut into it, it wasn't nothing special looking. You know, it was a brown color, but the flavor of it by itself was just amazing. Then I put some delicious ribs on it. Man, I was like, heavy. I was like, man, I could sell these for thousands of dollars because this is so good.
Yeah. So you can see, yeah, the meal does cost Dave Corey said, I just saw that meal for $450. Yeah. My brother-in-law yesterday. Child.
Jesus, your little fat butt.
Yesterday my brother-in-law was like, I need that meal. I need that meal. So I said, okay, I'm gonna send you the information. And we were all sitting at the table together. I sent him the information. He was like, this ain't in the budget. He said, oh, no, wait. I said, well, I mean, you asked for it. I just gave it to you. But definitely get it milled. You can find it on Amazon. Some Publix you can find it, or different health food stores you can find the grain already milled. So you can try it. You know, it's an investment. Like, even my husband invested $112 in the grain for 25-pound bag that I probably can blow through in about 2 weeks because I can't stop trying new stuff. And what mess up. But that's a lot of money. So I'm trying not to mess up. But for our health, I want to try things. Like, I'm working on, get my sourdough. Look at it, showing off. I'm going to have to name my sourdough. It scared the crap out of me a little while ago.
Ain't nothing up there to eat.
I started sourdough with my ancient grain. It's sourdoughing already.
You need to open it?
I released some of the pressure off
Oh, you
of
already
it.
did.
So I got to feed it in a little while. So we're going to move that to the side. Earlier it popped and I was like, oh, Lord. I said, let me make sure I get some of the pressure off this thing. But I want y'all to keep in mind something. I know people say sugar is the devil. It is. We might not even be eating sugar cane when we eat white sugar. We might be eating sugar beets, which I have no clue what they taste like or what. But they don't have to tell us that. All they got to tell us is sugar.
Guys, I'm going to tell y'all, I harvest my sugar cane and I actually made some sugar and I don't know what it is we are actually eating, but it don't taste like that. It don't. It's a whole different taste. It tastes amazing, but it don't taste nothing like that. Like you can sit there and eat that. That's like a candy.
You are what you eat.
And it tastes like concentrated sugar cane that is very, very sweet. And I don't have a whole lot of it, so I got to watch how I'm gonna actually use it. I did do a video, and I'm gonna show y'all what I did. So it was a whole bunch of experimentation because I never done it before, and this will decide whether or not I grow even more sugarcane next year because I want us to have a whole lot more pure sugar that's healthy and better. And guys, we are older. We want to live the best we could possibly live at our age. So eating the stuff that actually hurt us.
Get out of there.
Or where's she at?
Standing right here.
Yeah. The stuff that's gonna allow us to live a healthy, happy life, and it's what we put in our bodies is gonna make all the difference. So if you are with the same mindset of, look here, I'm doing everything I can. Some people are dieting, exercising, and they still can't get the results that they want. It's because of what's out there. The chemicals that's in our foods, the chemicals that's in our skincare products, the chemicals, all that stuff is messing with our bodies. And nobody is telling us this.
No. And that's the sad part. Think of other countries where things are banned. Here in the United States, it's like, hey, full speed ahead.
Yeah. Why we got the obesity problem?
Yeah, and we don't have to tell you nothing. Just buy this stuff, and you'll be all right. And they mislead us with the labels. Somebody actually, we have kids. The kids are grown, but all of our friends and family are our kids. Basically, our friends love coming over to try new things. When they come over, it's like, let's see what we're gonna try today. They're always excited, and when they try it, it's like, wow, that's amazing, or that's this. So everybody is open to trying new things or different things. We always tell people, do your research, and we explain it to them why we doing this, how we got here, or whatever. I'm gonna explain.
This is a reminder. Feed sourdough.
Yeah, we need that.
This is a reminder.
That's sourdough. Now we need a reminder to remind us again.
Because I forget.
Alexa, remind us about the sourdough in another 30 minutes.
When should I remind you?
In 30 minutes.
Okay, I'll remind everyone in 30 minutes.
Because I'm going to forget.
So she recognized it with your voice.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll remind everyone.
She said, wait a minute. So we want foods that's low on the glycemic index. And I explained this in my video. A lot of people say sugar is the devil. It is, especially the white sugar. That's what it. Sugar. When we want raw cane sugar, when we use sugar. Now, and I would always say sugar ain't the worst thing. Like it's bigger than that. So when you look at the glycemic index, you want things that sit around 55-ish on the scale. Yeah, Alexa be on point. So when we eat things, like I told my husband yesterday, I said, you can eat, blueberries and strawberries and stuff. It don't rise you and drop you. We got to be careful with his favorite thing that he grew thousands of this year. Those bananas are what we have to be careful with. But the beans and sweet potatoes and berries are good because they don't rise you fast and they low on a glycemic index, usually below 55. And guava, which he grow a lot of that also. But when it comes to sugar, so we need to stay below 55. Sugar sit at 59 on a glycemic index, which is not terrible, but it's above 55. But then you have white bread. White bread sit at 69. I'm looking at my notes now so I know my numbers. White bread sit at 69, which is high, period. So people will say, oh, I got to stop eating white bread. Let me get some wheat bread. Then they'll get whole wheat bread, brown wheat bread, which sit at 72 on a glycemic index. Why is that? So that made me understand why sugar isn't the worst for our health compared to wheat.
It's wheat is in everything.
Everything. What help with dementia? Water and salt. Need to switch your oils over to coconut oils, but definitely you need salt. Reddening real salt would be great. And a little bit of salt and more water will help with that.
So Cassandra said she asked about the dementia, guys, and we want to go a little more into depth because I hate the fact that so many people can actually help themselves and don't know. And it's basic, it's cheap, and the doctors are not telling you this. Your brain needs fats and it needs water. The only problem with that is if you're not getting the correct minerals in your body cannot use the water correctly.
Process it right. Yeah.
So you got to put those minerals, those 60 plus minerals, and you got to have enough magnesium for your body to hold on to the water, for it to actually absorb into your cells. If you drink the water and your water is coming out of you and or pooling someplace, your water is not being used effectively. So you have to put the minerals in your body so your body can grab that water and pull it in, because we are mostly water. And if we're dehydrated, it don't work. And like my wife has said, that's one of the reasons why people that's in old folks homes, hospitals or whatever they're not getting better with dementia, because they're not giving them.
It won't slow it down. It won't, nothing, because they won't give them water. They don't give them water because if I give you water, then I gotta change you, clean you up, take you to the bathroom. And people in the healthcare business, majority of them are lazy. They don't want to do. So if I don't give you water, you won't go to the bathroom, which in turn will give you fog brain confusion, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and UTIs. If you pay attention, when people get a UTI, 9 times out of 10, they got their UTI because they wasn't consuming enough water. What did that UTI do to them? They started being confused and just lethargic. Like they don't have a clue who you are, what's going on. Get their fluids back up, and it'll start going away. So it's the same thing with dementia. Healthy diet, healthy fats, because the brain needs fats. Definitely leave cholesterol medicine alone. That will help you with dementia, but they'll put you on that medicine and they won't tell you the side effects. Look into it, and then you'll be like, wait a minute, why am I taking this? And it's going to affect my memory, or maybe even cause death. Look, if this medicine going to cause death, I might as well not take
That's
it
right,
and fight for myself, because that doesn't make sense. But
So I saw Lynette a while ago post that, the ancient grains are amazing. She said she was 56 and she's not on any meds. So guys, you got to also, when you look at issue or problem, you got to find the cause and the causation of that issue. And all that stuff could come from just
something simple.
your grains. Because if your body is not handling everything correctly, it's throwing your body off and it can't do what it's supposed to do. Now, the reason why dementia is so much of a thing now in this country, not other countries, because we saw where people are in their 90s and 100s and still working in the garden and still sound mind, it's because their food still have all the minerals in it.
And they not, I was fussing at my brother-in-law yesterday because he was saying he wanted a, I'm telling on you, Eric, he wanted a recliner. And I said, no. You don't want that. You don't want that recliner. I said, that's why we fall so much. Because we get older. When we retire, we say, I'm just going to sit in my chair and enjoy life. But then when you get up, you're so off balance because you've been laid back so long with your feet up instead of getting up and moving. It's okay to recline for a little while, but you got to get up and move. The Okinawans, look at them. They stooping down. They have community. They eat whole foods.
And I think that's the main thing, because their food still have all the vitamin minerals in it that your body need. And those same minerals are vital for human life, plant life, and animal life.
Yep.
But because we GMO so much,
everything,
our minerals are no longer in our food, so we cannot get them. We have to actually go and find some reliable source of those minerals.
Yeah.
And that's if you know you even need them, to introduce them into your body so your body can get what it needs. You can't say, I know I can't say that, my issues came from the fact that I was lazy. I've been in the gym since I was in the middle school. And so I worked out, almost daily for a long time. And yet I still had high blood pressure and sugar here recently. And because I got older, it started, affecting me. Now, grant you, I ate a lot of food because that's required.
But it wasn't the fact that I ate a lot of food. It was the kind of foods I ate. And because I wasn't having all the minerals that was needed, I'm eating stuff that got all this wheat in it that my body is not processing correctly. And at a certain age, my body was like, yeah, all right, that's enough of that.
Yeah. Your body said, "Look, I'm sick of you."
And I did talk to another guy. He was a bodybuilder, and he had the same problem. He said, when I got a certain age, he said I got pre-diabetic, and he said, and I worked out all the time. I could lift 2 to 3 times my body weight, on the bench press and all this stuff, and I still got pre-diabetic. But was it the food, or was it the food that the amount of food he ate, or was it the kind of foods he ate? We didn't know. Nobody told us that if we cooked our own bread, or we bought some bread every so often, or some of these shakes that we buy. Nobody told us that the wheat and those things were going to affect our bodies in a negative way. So
see what Cassandra said?
What's that?
After COVID, my husband dementia really set in. That was COVID brain. That's COVID brain. Try oregano oil with him, but definitely more fluid. It's hard to get them to drink fluids just because their brain not firing right. But you can find fun ways to try to encourage him to drink more fluids or try to get more fluids in him. But magnesium, we all need magnesium bad. Like our kids need it, the adults need it, our animals need it, like my husband said, the plants, everything. So try to administer a little bit more to him, and the doctors will push pills. I'll write you a prescription. You can do it yourself.
Yeah, fix it yourself, because they're trying to pacify a problem. They're not trying to fix it. So you definitely have to do your research and all this stuff, guys. Doctors are not bad.
You don't learn to wash clothes,
But if you don't actually do the necessary things to figure out this stuff for yourself, they got a job to do. And there's a lot of them that,
Get out. What are you doing? Get out. Get.
Kids being bad. They can only do so much without being held liable for, some issues. So they're going to only tell you what they can. Some of them just don't do no research, and they only go by the medical teachings that they have. And some of them actually know. They know full-heartedly that herbs are the way to go. I had a doctor tell me, when she realized my blood pressure was up a little bit, I told her, I said, I'll get my wife a handle. She's herbalist or what. And she said, good. She said, stay on them. She said, all these meds derived from herbs. So that tell you that they know. They are fully aware, the ones that is actually wanting to know. And they're just not saying. So it's up to you to look out for you and your family and what's going to be best for them.
Yeah, so you can finish talking. I need to get orders out. So all of y'all that have placed orders, your orders will go out today. I'm about to head to the post office, so I'm going to leave y'all with my husband, who ain't going to stay here long.
No, we about to go. But
magnesium chloride flakes. You can find it on our Amazon storefront.
Yeah, so if you haven't, give us a thumbs up, like, follow. We appreciate you.
Yes, and we will pop on more. Not more, but the next live is scheduled for Monday morning, 9 a.m. We'll talk more health. Of course, we are here. So what herb for blood pressure? Hawthorn berry is good. Cayenne is the best. Beets are amazing for blood pressure. But remember, you do need salt. You need a good clean salt. And not the junk. So even with your seasonings, you have to be careful, because it's loaded with junk designed to raise your blood pressure and throw your body off. So definitely be careful of what you are consuming. So
yeah, we're gonna continue these conversations because we want everybody to to be as aware as possible. We know that we have new people that come in all the time, so sometimes we're gonna repeat.
So what's your take on marijuana and glaucoma? It's something we don't use. We just use castor oil. We put castor oil in the eyes. Just drop a drop in at bedtime. So pink Himalayan, you want to be careful with, just because.
But it's probably the best.
The best,
out
yeah,
of,
compared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If after Redmond's, I say pink Himalayan definitely. It has, a lot of the same trace minerals. It just have a little extra something else in it that
Yes.
that could be a problem. But if you got pink Himalayan
Yeah.
over all the other stuff, I would definitely use
that first. Period. I threw away a lot of stuff, and at first I was like, "Oh, I don't want to throw away my flour and my seasonings and my this and that." But for our health, I have to. I'm not looking at it as a waste of money because we didn't know any better. Now that we know better, we do better. So I just said, let me get rid of it, so I don't even have that to turn back to mess with. Because I want us to live a better life. So y'all have an amazing
post on Redmond's link.
Okay, I'll post the links under this live. Again, orders are going out in a few minutes. If you'd like to place an order, blacktropical.com. We have awesome natural products. The reviews are there. Check them out. Please share this live out. It can help somebody. Just the conversations alone, or just go have this conversation with your loved ones so you can help them. I did post taco soup. I don't know when, but I did post it. Thank y'all for all the love and support. We appreciate you, and we hope and pray you enjoy your weekend, whatever you choose to do. We love you too, Sonia. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Till the next time, guys. Peace. This is the one.